Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Nika and I make book related videos. Today, as you can see, I am kind of in a mess, but that's because I'm preparing for a social event that I have to attend tomorrow. So that's that. But yeah, I have decided to film a reading vlog after a really long time. So I hope you're patient with me as I bumble along. But yeah, I am very excited to film this video and I hope you are as well. And let's get started. So today is the 2nd of February, and as you might know, February is the Black History Month. So I have picked out a few books that deal with the Black experience or they're by Black authors, and I have made a TBR video which I'll be sure to link somewhere up here so that you can check it out. But today is the 2nd of February, like I mentioned, and I've already finished my first book, and that is The Color Purple. I started reading it yesterday, and I have been reading it here and there throughout these 2 days, and I've read it. It's quite short as well. So this you might know, you might have heard of The Color Purple as this very modern classic, which is really popular, and of course I think it's also banned in some places. But the brief synopsis is that we follow two sisters, Celie and Nettie, and their life basically, because it takes them on two different journeys on two different continents, and it is also written in the form of letters. So this is an epistolary novel. Basically, firstly, Celie is writing these letters to God, and then later on, as the story progresses, we see both the sisters kind of exchanging letters. So it's completely told in the form of stories. This book deals a lot with the Black experience, the treatment of Black women in the American South. I have made a few notes here. So it deals with the exploitation of Black women in America. There's a lot of misogyny going on, as well as the whole racism aspect. There's also the portrayal of colonialism that's going on in Africa. So there's a lot of exploitation of natural resources of African peoples as well. This book also discusses a lot about personal faith in religious faith versus faith in a supreme being as a whole, which was done really well. Those discussions were written really well. There's also, I do have to say that this book is not for a younger audience because there is a lot of adult elements or themes in this book. So there's discussions on sexuality, there's discussions, not discussions, but portrayal of sexual assault, rape, and everything, which I don't think is appropriate for younger audience. So do go in after checking out all the trigger warnings. But overall, this was a very wonderful book, and I'm glad I finally got to it. I first picked it up when I was maybe in class 7 or 8, and at that time I read just a few pages and then kept it aside because the language, which is basically African American vernacular English, was very difficult for me to understand. But now that I'm older and wiser, I could understand it. Overall, this was a very good book. I cried and I felt very fulfilled also towards the end. I would definitely recommend it. This was overall a very good book. This is a book that I thrifted in Daryaganj, I think, so that's why it doesn't have the cover, but it's a nice hardcover otherwise. So that's that. Next up, I am kind of unsure of what to pick up. I also got a parcel today of a really anticipated new release, and that is right there. So I have my whole Sarajay mask collection up there. You might see that's Court of Silver Flames, and there's House of Earth and Blood, and then below that we have the next book as well. And this is book 3, and I'm really excited. It just came today. However, I think I am going to read it only after a couple of days because I want to read another book and then only get to it. As for the next book that I want to read, I'm still unsure, but I have various options. Um, this is one book that I want to read, and these two are also other books that I've set for my February TBR. All three are kind of, they have fantastical elements, so there's fantasy. And then other than that, I have these 4 other books that I am interested in reading. I am unsure of which one I'll pick up next, but once I do, I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, so that's the update for now. I'll see you all very soon. Hi guys, so I just got some new book mail, so I thought I would open it on camera and show you what the books are. I am very excited for all of these, and yeah, let's see what they are. Two packages here. I think these are 4 books. Let's see. Hey guys, so today is the 9th Friday, and I thought I would give you a little update regarding my reading. So as you know, I have been reading Black Leopard's Red Wolf. I have been annotating it as well. I just use one color of tag, but I am almost done. As you can see, I am on page 494 out of 620. Yeah, so it's been taking me some time because, oh my god, so it's been taking me some time because I have had a few social engagements that I have had to go to. So that's one. Secondly, this book's language is quite different, so again it has been taking some time. And thirdly, the writing style, like it's very much so reminiscent of oral storytelling. So there is story within the story. The main story, we have the main plot, but then within that the characters tell different stories and everything, so it's like loops. But overall I really am enjoying this book. I might actually also check out book 2, um, maybe after some time, but not yet sure. But overall I really did enjoy this book, and I would definitely recommend it. I think out the remaining pages that are left can be dealt with. Maybe I think I'll be definitely reading this evening. It's like 5:30 p.m. now, so I'll definitely be reading more tonight. And I don't have any social engagements planned for tomorrow, so I'll be reading tomorrow as well. So I think maybe by tomorrow night, or at max the day after, I'll be done reading this book, and then I can possibly start with another book for the Black History Month. And I definitely think that I'm not going to pick up a fantasy for the next month because this was a big task. So I'm going to take a break from fantasy and then maybe read something, historical fiction, contemporary, or anything like that. But yeah, that's my mini update. Let's do a bit more reading of this book and possibly finish it soon. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Saturday, it's the next day, and I think the last update I gave you was from yesterday evening, and I definitely have some more updates after that. So, yeah, as I dry my hair, have a nice hot cup of Adarwali chai, let me give you some updates about my reading. Alright, it's quite hot. So, first off, let me give you an update regarding Black Leopard, Red Wolf. Now, I remember that yesterday I said that I just had a few more pages left, so I would most probably be done with it in the next 1 or 2 days. But I ended up reading the remaining time yesterday, and so I finished this book. This was a really great fantasy book, and I am definitely going to count it as among one of my big books of the year. So I'm really happy that I finished it. um
Here's what I think about it.
So, firstly, this is volume one of the Dark Star trilogy. So far, I think book two is out only. I don't think book three is out yet. So, in this book, basically, we follow this guy, this hunter named Tracker, who can smell out everything, and he joins a group of these other, people with different skills. We have one fighter, one leopard shapeshifter. We have one witch, and we've got this giant man, although we don't call him a giant. So, this group of differently abled people, everybody has got different skills. That's not how I should have used the word, but yeah, everybody has different skills, and um, you know, um, all of them are sort of like mercenaries. They're doing it just for the money. They are gonna try and find a little boy. So that's the basic premise. That said, this book is told in the form of a story within a story. So the synopsis that I just shared with you, that is the overall arc. But within it, every person will narrate one story. Some people might know each other from before, but how do they know each other? So then they'll share the adventure that they went on and so on. So this has a very non-linear storytelling method, which I think in the beginning was a bit difficult for me, as well as the language did pose a problem for me because it's not very much at all, or very much at all similar to the usual contemporary books that I read. So the language was a bit difficult, but then once I got into it, basically, this was a stunning read. I would definitely recommend you all to read it. That said, it has got some very difficult topics. There's, like I said, trigger warnings. There's pedophilia, gang rape. There's bestiality. There's a lot of gore. There's incest. Everything you can imagine, it's there. So it's definitely for older readers, I think. And then apart from that, I think this author has invested a lot of his time. There's so much of it inspired from African mythologies and folklore, and then also the author has obviously given his own twist. So I think this whole narrative, this whole world building that the author has done was really chef's kiss, I would say. It's so well done. And everything is really mentioned here. I mean, mentioned here. Everything is, it's so rich, this book. It's so rich in details, storytelling, character arcs, character redemptions, character depth, everything. The way these characters feel towards each other, and how it changes over time because of some betrayal, secrets, lies, love, revenge, all of that. It's a very good book, and I think it really dabbles a lot with the human nature in its entirety, both the good aspects of it as well as the worst side of the bad side of the spectrum, I would say. So yeah, overall this was a really great read, and I had a lot of fun reading it. I am still writing the synopsis review, but I'll be sure to share it very soon. So after I finished this book, I decided that I am not ready to read another fantasy. So what I did was that I decided to pick up another literary fiction. This time I picked up Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad. Now again, this is also a book that I'm picking up for the Black History Month. Here is a brief synopsis. Cora is a slave on a cotton plantation in Georgia, an existence made even more hellish by her status as an outcast among her fellow Africans. And she is approaching womanhood where greater pain and danger awaits. So when Caesar, a slave recently arrived from Virginia, tells her about the Underground Railroad, Cora takes a momentous decision to accompany him on his escape to the north. In this razor-sharp novel, the Underground Railroad has assumed a physical form, a dilapidated boxcar pulled by a steam locomotive, picking up fugitives wherever it can. Thus begins Cora's perilous journey as she is pursued by a ruthless slave catcher named Ridgway, obsessed both with Cora and her mother, who eluded him years before. The Underground Railroad is a story of one woman's ferocious will to escape the horrors of bondage, and a shattering, powerful meditation on history and the unfulfilled promises of the present day. So this is it. I read 50 pages yesterday and then I decided to go to sleep. I'll definitely be reading more, I think, now after I'm done filming this, because nothing beats a wonderful book and a cup of tea in winter. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's the update for now. I hope you all stay tuned and see the other books that I read, because I have very, very exciting hopes. I think you can see. So I've got these three other books that I definitely want to get into. We've got Giovanni's Room, Homegoing, and The Mothers. All of these are for the Black History Month. And then if I get some time, oops, I might also read. Just got stuck. Let me see. And if I get time, I might also get to Weber and Crescent City Book 3. So again, high hopes, but today is just, I don't remember the date, but today is just what, 9, 10 of February. We've got a lot of time left. Today is the 10th of February, yes, Saturday. We've got a lot of time left. I've already finished one book, The Color Purple. I finished one romance book as well. I have finished this book as well, and I'm sure I'll be able to finish the Underground Railroad soon as well, because it's quite short. The type is also, like, the font is also big enough. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you guys very, very soon with another update, and I hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, it's the next morning and I just woke up some time ago. I actually woke up like this. This is me without makeup. So anyway, I woke up some time ago, and the reason I look so frazzled is that I went to sleep late last night because I was reading The Underground Railroad, and fun fact, I actually ended up finishing it at like 1:30, 1:45 ish, and then I was busy scrolling. But anyway, I ended up sleeping late. But I do want to say that I ended up finishing this book, and I really, really think it was a good one. Um, Again, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but we basically follow this girl called Cora, who has, who was born and brought up basically as a slave in a plantation. Her grandmother was brought over from Africa, kidnapped and then brought over and then sold into slavery to a plantation in America. That is where her mother was born, and then now Cora is born. But in this book, we follow her trying to take the reins of her destiny in her own hands and try to escape and everything. This talks a lot about the kind of social scenario, how it was for blacks in plantations in the South, then in some other states as well, where the black people were free, not really, even like it was pseudo freedom more or less, but it was really done well, I think. That said, I haven't read a lot of literature that deals with this period in history. So let me know if you have, and if you have any more suggestions for me, I would love to check that out. So this was really nice. Nice, I mean, I wouldn't say nice, because this was very harrowing and very devastating at points, because everything that Cora goes through, her friends, basically the other slaves at the plantation goes through, the vile punishments they have to um, survive or live through because of the whims and fantasies of their owners, of the masters at the slave at the plantations, of the overseers, everything. There are slave catchers, and even if you were a free black man, no one, like hardly anyone would believe you. You could be captured any day and then sold into slavery. There was no security in anything. So this was a definitely a harrowing read. We follow Cora throughout her journey, and it gave me a lot of anxiety because there is this really kind of vengeful, I would say, slave owner who was unable to catch Cora's mother because she had run away once and he had not been able to catch her. She was the only runaway slave he was never able to catch in his whole career. So it really was a thorn on his side. And then when that same woman's daughter has run away again, he's very sure that he is going to catch her. He has to catch her. So he relentlessly follows her, and it gave me such a lot of anxiety, worrying if Ridgway, his name is Ridgway, Ridgway would come, like Cora would come across Ridgway just around the corner, and then she would be caught and everything. Overall, I think this was a really good book, and I would recommend it to all. That said, I haven't read a lot of literature focusing on the slavery era, period of slavery in America, so maybe you might not agree with my recommendation or anything, but this is a safe space, so let me know if you like this book, if you did not like this book, why, all of that. We can have healthy discussions about the same. But yeah, this is it. And now, I actually don't know which book to start. Um, so the three other books that I have for this Black History Month kind of readathon that I'm doing are these: The Mother's Homegoing and Giovanni's Room. I think before I pick up this book, I might actually go for something light, maybe. I don't know. I also have these new books that I got, so I might also check out Wilder Girls because I've always wanted to read Wilder Girls. Then I've got two other books here, The Skeleton Key, but the writing is very dense, and What Big Teeth. So I might check this one out as well. So either of these two books I'll read, but let's see, I have not yet decided. I'll read a couple of pages from both and then decide which book I want to read. So yeah, that's the update for today. It's Monday, by the way, and I have my next social appointment, social engagement on Wednesday. I won't be able to read at all on Wednesday because I've got a really long day. So basically, Wednesday is the 14th of February, and as you all know, it's Valentine's Day. But here in Assam, it is also Saraswati Puja. So Saraswati is the goddess of learning, education, culture, and the arts. So almost everyone celebrates it at this point. Not every, but like a majority of education institutions have hold these pujas, after which you get to have food there, prasad, as well as lunch as well. So during the day, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll visit our nearby park. So in this nearby park, our whole like neighborhood community celebrates the puja. So I'll most probably visit there, then visit a school nearby which my grandfather helped establish. Then I might also go to my mom's college, and then I think, since I'm still recovering, I and my sister might go to her place or my place, or we might just go out to a cafe without telling our parents. But yeah, we might do that. And then in the evening, I have a wedding to attend. It's extended family, so I have to go. And the reason I'm very excited because I've decided that I'm going to be wearing traditional for both the events, right? And because it's Valentine's Day, I want to wear pink, so I'll probably wear a darker pink in the morning, and at night it will be more of a baby pink, softer pink kind of version. So yeah, that's anyway. I have babbled too much. I'll go down, have some tea, breakfast, and then start reading. Hi guys. So I don't know what's wrong with me. It's the same day. It's around 9:30 p.m. and I have finished another book. I picked up the book today, this morning, afternoon, I think, and I finished it some time ago. What has happened to me? But I did pick up this book today, Wilder Girls by Rory Parr. Basically, it's set in this boarding house, in this boarding school, a girls' boarding school in an island. And what happens is that in the world, this kind of disease spreads. They call it detox, and it makes bodily changes everyone. So there's a lot of body horror in this book. So what happens is that since they are in quarantine, every week or so, the mainland, so there's a navy camp, I think, on the mainland. So they send them boxes of food and everything every week, and that is how they have been surviving. It's almost 2 years now, and things are getting worse seemingly. And one day what happens is that our heroine, her name is Hetty, One day her best friend Bayat goes missing, so then that's that's where basically the main intrigue starts. But other than that, this book has a lot of good world building, I think. At first, my first impression is, I would say that this really gave me Annihilation vibes. If you don't know, Annihilation is, I'm talking about the movie, but it's basically the adaptation of Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I've watched the movie only, I've not read the book, and basically, even in that world, because of some mutation, everything changes, creatures become different, plants become different, and all of that. So it's kind of the same because of the tox, that is the disease that is being spread, everything changes. So overall, I really enjoyed this book. I'm still forming my thoughts on this. So I'll probably maybe share about it later on in a review video or in the wrap up video. But yeah, I finished this book. As of now, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm not gonna read anything tonight, I think. I'm gonna continue watching Only Murders in the Building. I'm watching season 3 right now. I just started today. So I'll finish, not finish, but I'll continue watching. And then when the mood strikes me, I'll pick up another book. I might most probably pick up a book from my Black History Month buy. So that's that. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Bye. Why is this so... Wow, the gum is quite sticky. Got this lovely book mail, so I kind of know what's gonna be inside. I think I know. Let's open it and see for ourselves. Oops. Can you guess what this book is? Yay! I am so excited for it. This is part 2 of the Divine Rival series, and I think this is just this duology, so I'm really happy because as far as I know, this has kind of dark academia and also kind of like fantasy vibes. So I have been in the mood for fantasy ever since I read this book, Black Leopard Red Wolf. So I am happy that I have this book, which means that it is time for me to pick up book 1. And I love the French flaps. Lovely.